With back-to-back-to-back wins, can Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars make a playoff push? Let's see, baby. What's up, world? This is the Super Bias Sports Show, a place where a fan can be a fan no matter how biased your take is. I'm one of your hosts, B Rob, and I'm here with a dope cast of guys. I'm going to go ahead and let them introduce themselves.
Is your boy Ramon, the Bunny Man, Ramon's Corner, Ramon knows, all that good stuff is your boy.
Yo, it's your boy T Time. We them boys. Let's get to it, man.
You already know the Mafia, Pedro with the Bills. Let's go.
All right, man. So we've already got what happened on this past Thursday with the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New York Jets, Jets. And the boy
Trash.
Trevor Lawrence is looking 3 straight wins, man. He's looking good, man. So what's your thoughts on Trevor Lawrence right now?
I'll jump into that one first. Well, funny thing, in high school, we always used to say what Jet stands for was Jets entire team sucks. That's
Mm.
exactly what we always used to say in high school. It's just funny that it just popped into my brain. But
Yeah, that's something for the
It just,
Giants.
it just
there's nothing.
Oh,
Oh, it's great. I ain't even gonna go into it. I ain't even
I'm
gonna
about
go
to
Please.
into
say,
it
I'm about
right
to
now.
say because they don't even
Yeah,
I
yeah.
ain't even gonna go into that
Let's
Trevor
say
that
let's
Lawrence.
say
right now.
yep.
Going to
Trevor
Trevor
Lawrence.
Lawrence, the
Yep.
T-Law
Not
man,
Danny Downs.
the T-Law. Oh no, not Danny Downs right now. I prefer Trevor Lawrence any day. But I'm gonna go to this guy's stats real quick. So Trevor Lawrence, right here. This is Trevor Lawrence in year 2021, last year,
Rookie season.
rookie season. He had 12 touchdowns and 17 interceptions, passing yards. It still was high because they was always coming from behind trying to do something. Pretty high for a rookie, but this is his overall for last year.
Looking real Peyton Manning ish.
Huh, man. But now look at this year. He cut the interceptions down more than half. He has doubled the touchdowns. And as of right now, he has the same amount of yardage. But look at everything else. His is I was like blown away by it. He has more rushing touchdowns. He has more rushing snaps, less interceptions. The way the team is being built for success. And now one person that he reminds me of, Pedro might know this guy fairly well. I'm guessing he might know him fairly well. Is that man from Buffalo? Literally, Josh Allen. Look at Josh Allen 2018 stats. He had 10 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Just terrible. It, it was terrible. Almost the same.
I
Only
wouldn't
thing
say
he had a
terrible now. You doing a little extra
It
now.
was terrible. To Josh Allen current standards. It's terrible. It is terrible. But now look at him in two night. Literally the next year, he cut the interceptions down. He had way more touchdowns. His rushing, he had 9 rushing touchdowns. And wasn't that the first year you guys made the playoffs again for a while? Like since the March, like since it was a long time. But it was his second year, not his
The
rookie year that y'all made the
shades.
playoffs, right?
Yo,
This
the
man.
Yo,
right.
No, I
yo,
was just asking a question.
look, beside his slight jabs,
No, that was no
back
jab. No
look,
pun
but
intended.
beside
No, it was
beside his slight jab,
Oh my God.
back on Trevor Lawrence, I think it definitely is dope because he did get a new head coach, a Super Bowl winning head coach.
Yep.
And they showed this graphic in the game about how his mechanics changed from last year to
hmm
this year. And then like now this year he's like one of the top 3 or 5 quarterbacks as far as like release timing. And the fact that he's at the same amount of yards, pretty much dang near than what he was for his entire rookie season. At this point in the season, while we still got a few games left to go, just definitely shows his improvement because I mean he's getting the ball out quicker, he's making the right reads, and clearly, you know, his wide receivers that he's throwing into is producing for him. And as crazy as it may seem, next year might even be scarier for them because now he gets a real number one, like a true number one wide receiver. But even just back to this year before before Trenton or Pedro go, I think it's just major how like after they beat the Jets, now you do play the Texans, which can be a trap game. You just never know which Texans is gonna step on the field. But then it's like it's setting it up for that Titans game in Duval to be the game where they could potentially win the division and make it into the playoffs. Because as of right now, that's like literally the only route for them to get into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I think they got it. They, like I said, they moving in the right direction. And Trevor Lawrence, I mean, he's from last year to this year is a completely different player. His yards are up, right? The season isn't even over, and he's got more yards than he had last year.
Mm-hmm.
His touchdowns, he doubled his touchdowns. He had 12 last year. He's already at 24. He's got 10 less interceptions than he did last year. He's had 17 last year. He's got 7 this year. Like, dude is in the green all the way around. Like, he's a completely different player. And having Doug Peterson, that's amazing for him. Like, you got a Super Bowl experienced head coach who probably shouldn't really still be in Philly, but whatever the case may be. You got a guy that's experienced. I mean, look at what he did, not only with Carson Wentz, who probably shouldn't even be in the league anymore, but he also won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles. Like, this dude is a QB guru at this point to be able to pull something like this off. So Trevor Lawrence already coming in as a number 1 overall pick. I mean, this dude is. I remember the Titans. This is Sunshine. Like, this is that dude.
Exactly.
This is him. Like,
this is Sunshine.
He's Sunshine.
Like, in the actual flesh. Yes.
This is him.
Yes.
2022's version. Like,
yo,
he came in, and I mean, think about it when the quarterback got hurt, and remember the Titans, Sunshine came in, and it was a completely different team.
Yeah.
That's the Jags right now. Like, I'm becoming a fan of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Right.
Like,
yo, listen.
Right.
I feel like when it comes to the broadcasting, they're a little bit biased on Trevor Lawrence because every time you see them cutting to Trevor Lawrence, he doing this with his hair. Like,
he about to get Head and Shoulders contract.
I'm like, yo, I'm married, but yo, this young man is handsome, bro. Like, chisel, hat, face, all of that. I'm like, yo, y'all trying to make money. I see what y'all doing. NFL.
Face of the league.
Make money.
They trying to take Pat Mahomes' face away.
Hey.
Nah, Pat, you can't get rid of Pat. Pat got too many commercials. But Trevor Lawrence is he's a handsome second place there. Like,
that's a fact.
He's going to be basically, I mean, that was a great comparison, right? Like, Tom Brady's on his way out, and you got this sect of just amazing quarterbacks with Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, all these guys. Trevor Lawrence is going to come right in on the back end of those guys. Like, the league is in a really good place, which is why Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers should just retire, because the league is in a really good place. That's a whole nother segment. But it's like we have a plethora of QBs coming up. So, I mean, Trevor Lawrence, T-Law, whatever you want to call him, Sunshine, that's what I'm going to call this, man.
Yeah.
A completely different dude, completely like if you see what he did this year, imagine what he's going to be next year with, them just continuing to build. Oh, it's going to be
spooky,
sick,
man.
And they're going to get a legit number 1 receiver. I watched this offseason. They're going to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and just honestly, you guys said all the stats and a lot of what I was going to say. The crazy part about it is, like, with this Jets game too, my personal opinion is that, like, they beat a team they were supposed to beat, opposed to, like, last year where they were struggling on everyone's team, or all the teams. He's averaging the past 3 games. So first win that we talked about was against the Tennessee team, their rival that they're going to be going against at the end of the season. He had 368 yards, unheard of last year. Then he went to Dallas in the overtime game, had another 300-yard game. And then against the Jets, they beat him. If you look at the box score, it wasn't that great, but they straight beat the Jets, and they were supposed to. That was the biggest step, I think, for Trevor Lawrence. So he's averaging 1 yard away from 300. So when you're averaging that many yards with, let's all be real, not the best receivers in the league. And the only reason why, I know their top receiver, which currently right now, I believe statistically, is Zay Jones. He was drafted by the Bills. That's the only reason why I know him. You know what I mean?
He wasn't snapping Thursday.
Right. But the past.
That's what happens when you don't go up against a garbage cornerback. That's what I mean.
Not Ingram was snapping. He's been snapping though.
Now, completely. Now that's a topic right there. When you get Evan Ingram with the real QB, look at what he can do.
When they have a line, they have a line over there in Jacksonville.
This man got a real QB throwing him the ball.
Evan Ingram,
they have a line.
If I didn't know no better, I felt like Evan Ingram was a Jaguar for life, bro. Because he just looked apart, bro.
You would think this man is a rookie because you never heard much about him when he was with the New York Football Giants. He's with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
He was dropping balls all the time.
He looked like a top tight end last night.
And literally,
he looked like a top tight end versus that.
What they say? He's him. He's him. Like that's what he looked like.
Tight end.
Listen, when he went for that stiff arm against Sauce, and then stop on the sideline to go stiff arm him again. I'm like, I can see that dog in him. I can see that dog in him.
He made Sauce look like a rookie. And I believe that was the first time someone's actually made him look like a rookie.
Hey, you give that man a QB, ball.
Yo, I will say the only thing that I don't like about Trevor Lawrence and his emergence and his evolution is he playing the AFC, bro. Like, you got Josh Allen, you got Mahomes, you got Herbert. You got Trevor Lawrence coming along the race. You got Joe Burrow, you got Lamar Jackson. It's too many stacked quarterbacks. Yeah, I said Herbert. There's too many stacked quarterbacks. You just wanted to make sure I named so many names and not Joe Burrow. But it's so many stacked young quarterbacks in the AFC. It's like, oh my gosh, y'all need to switch sides or something.
They can stay right over there. We don't need them coming over here. But yeah,
that's why Aaron Rodgers didn't want to come over to the AFC. Let's be real. You know what I mean?
It's a dog fight over here.
Right.
And that's true. And I wasn't trying to throw shots at the Bills, just so that y'all know. I wanted to show the second year Josh Allen made the playoffs in his second year. And that's the same thing that Trevor Lawrence is doing. That y'all never even let me finish it. That's all I was saying.
We just never know what's about to come out your mouth.
We thought we was about to hear about this fourth year Eli.
Nah. You see, you already said it. I don't even gotta say it. I appreciate it.
It's literally said on every one of our videos. It's not a video. Somehow it's even on the Cowboys video when I do it by myself. But
hey, as long as everybody know, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just I'm a fan. I'm gonna be screaming Duval in my house. Trevor Lawrence is that dude.
Yeah. Trevor Lawrence, man. He get my vote until he plays Joe Burrow. Y'all know how I feel. I rock with the quarterbacks that is in the AFC until you go up against that black and orange. And that week you are up. Like Pedro already know. In the future,
it's about to go down.
Yeah.
But y'all, everyone out there, we appreciate you guys. You guys has helped us grow this channel. It went nuts this week. We over 100 subs, and I just want to say, all of us want to say, thank you. We appreciate it. Giant fan, please show out. Please, come on, help. All right.
MIA. Them boys is MIA.
Yo, send an SOS. Send an SOS for them boys.
All right.
We them boys.
Deuces.